beautiful being. It is lovely to see you inside here on a rainy day. I'm so grateful to be inside. It's just, what a blessing to be in my own home, in peace and safety. I do not take it for granted. Now, because it's raining, it's quite dark out there. I'm sort of wondering if I should turn on the light. We'll see. Because natural light does different things to rocks. We've got rocks today, and this is a beautiful friend that, I am going to turn the light on. Stay there. Sometimes I just have to find out. Hi, Amy. Can see your little flower up there. Hello, Linda. Good morning, good morning. Some of your little faces and dots I know, and some of them I don't, but it's gorgeous to have you on with us, so welcome, welcome. So we're doing rocks today, and we have this fabulous piece of blue and purple fluorite. Shuffy, good morning. And you can see the light bouncing off it. It's really pretty glorious. And this is from the Musina mine somewhere in the south end of Africa. I'm not sure if it is actually South Africa. And you can see how purple it is just by the light bouncing off it. But what I always have to do, bear with me, is this. So you can see the gorgeous colour of the stone as the light comes through it. See that? Isn't that awesome? It's just fabulous. And this piece came in last year's collection that I borrowed from Jenny Polo, and I loved it so much I just had to have it stay. It came for a sleepover and it stayed. So that's a fabulous thing. And this is something else fabulous. This is a big slice, clearly, through the carnelian agatized geode, with just a little piece of, crystalline whatnot in the middle. Isn't it beautiful? Again, we've got things that the light come through today. And this, it was so unexpected. My husband and I were cleaning out his mother's house after she died, and it was a real pickle in there. But in amongst everything, we found this. She had an appreciation for beauty. She just, there was a mess as well. So isn't that gorgeous? It's lovely. Oh, look, it's like there's a little face in there. Some of you are going to look at that face and think you might recognise it, and I think that's wonderful. Pattern recognition, it's what our brains do. There's no face here. The brain is always looking at things. It's why we like to look at clouds. Like, can I see something I recognise? Does it look like something I know? That's pattern recognition. It's what the brain does. So today, I want to talk about guidance, because I had a really good question. Morning, Misty. It's great to see you. I had a really good question from someone in chat, and the context is, he's saying, I'm looking at doing this training course, but is it really necessary for ascension? Is it going to help me on my journey? Is it the right thing to do? Or should I do this or should I do that? What things are necessary for ascension? And of course, for me, the answer is, but they all are and they aren't. Nothing is and everything is, because it's a journey and it's a path. Good morning, Heather. Lovely to see you. Good morning, everybody. It's a path, and everyone's path is different, and and so then the next question came back, well, how do I know? And I thought, that's a really good topic for today. Erica, it's you, yay! That's a really good topic for today, so that's what I want to talk about today, is how do you know? What's this business of inner guidance, and can we demystify it? Because, many people, they feel a need for guidance and they go and get a reading from somebody else, which is fine. That person, however they're doing it, and remember, they're doing it through their own filters. They're doing it with the neural nets that they have in their... We just had a bump. Carmelina, Jenny, good morning, beautiful beings. We just had a bump in the internet, so I had to wait for you to arrive. So, that person that's doing the reading is perceiving you, and they're not just looking at with their eyes or listening to you with their ears. They're feeling energy, one way or another, however they do it. And they are reading, sensing that energy using their cards or their runes or whatever they do. That's what they're doing. They're feeling into the energy and giving you a readout, and it comes through the neural nets that are in their brain, because does pattern recognition. It does it with sensation as well as things we see and hear and blah, 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 blah. So that person who's doing the reading is tuning into your energy, getting impressions and translating them through what they recognize, right? And so many people do that because they don't know how to tune into their own ability to do the same thing. And so that's what I want to talk about today. Because it really is pretty simple. It isn't necessarily easy, but it's pretty simple. Simple just means you have to understand the principles and you have to practice it. And of course, for many people, for whatever reason, it's easier to go and see someone else who's practiced the skill. It's the only difference between you and them, is that you haven't practiced a skill and they have. And also, actually, there's two differences. It is always more challenging to see ourselves than it is to see someone else. So, two differences, but all the same. I absolutely believe, trust, experience that nobody can actually give me better guidance than I can give myself. So how do I do that? And how do I know when not to trust my gut feeling? Because that's the next thing that happens is, you tune in, you listen, you meditate, whatever you do a process to let information in. And you think, oh, was that me? Or did I make that up? Should I trust this? Really, should I jump off a cliff without a parachute on? No. Unless it's a very, very high cliff and you're an experienced base jumper. And you have, at least one of those flying skin things on, you know what you're doing. No. But, when do you trust your gut feeling and when do you absolutely not? So that's what I want to talk about today. So, how do I start this? What is gut feeling, right? Gut feeling. Your second energy center is in the middle of your body. Well, where your navel is. Behind that and a little bit below. The Chinese call it the dantian. And it's the center of energy. And it runs your digestive system. And, enough said. That's about as much as I can tell you about the dantian. But what I know is that we feel things in our guts. There's an awful lot of sensory neurons in your gut. Okay? Well, your gut's got a brain. There are 3 brains in your body. There's one in your head, you understand that. There's one in your heart, about 40,000 neurons. Then the heart actually thinks and processes information and communicates independently of the brain. When the little fetus is growing, the heart is beating before the brain even starts to form, weeks before. I think it's 3 weeks before. I was just reading it in Joe's book. The heart's way ahead of the brain. It actually runs the show. There's information, there are neurons that go from the brain to the heart, brain to the heart to the brain. 90% of them go this way, right? The heart initiates stuff. There's a third brain in your gut. And that brain, you have a gut feeling. It's because that gut also senses things, you feel things. Actually, we receive the information through the heart brain because the heart has this a magnetic field that it produces depending on our emotional state. It all communicates, it's very quantum. God, I can't explain all that. But this is how we get the information, that sudden, that just isn't right. And I don't even know why, and I can't explain it. But no. Or, I just got to go and do this today. I just need to stop what I'm doing and go and do something else. And it's irrational because it hasn't come from the brain that's in your skull. It's come from your heart or it's come from your gut. That's just, that is, gut feeling. So, we'll talk about connecting with it in a minute because I feel like I've got to do this part first. How to know. Good morning, Robin. How to know when you listen to your gut feeling and when you don't. When it's some crazy harebrained thought and you really, it's kind of enticing, but you think, how do you know? If you are in fear, if you're angry, if you're upset, if you're stressed, if you're very sad, you are then running on the emotions and the hormones of stress. All of those feelings, and you can list whatever nasty, unpleasant feeling you happen to think of, they all run on various cocktails of hormones that put the body in a stressful state. You think a fearful, sad, unhappy, angry thought, whatever, and you have chemistry that goes with it. We talked about that yesterday. when you are in that state, biologically, your body is in a state to either run from a predator, fight a competitor, or freeze and hide from a threat in your external environment. That's it. That is what your body is primed to do. And your brain, likewise, is not primed to think. When you are in stress mode, there's all this energy goes into the back of the brain, which is the instinctual brain, and the limbic brain, in the middle is all the emotional stuff, pouring out the chemicals. But the circulation actually gets diverted away from the frontal lobe, where reason and logic and thinking and self-inhibition and not losing the plot and, doing crazy things actually reside. So if you're highly stressed, if you're really angry, if you're really depressed, or even just a little bit off, I'm using extremes, and if you're not centered and calm, then that impulse could be coming from the chemical and, habitual, programmed, familiar desire to run away from something that's new and scary in your environment. And I remember Bonnie mentioned that yesterday in the comments, I'm contemplating this idea of feeling happy, and it feels wrong. It feels almost rebellious. It's so unfamiliar. And your gut says to you, no, you can't do that. It's wrong to feel happy when you've been miserable for your whole life, and you can list the reasons why, and and it wants to stay with what it knows. And that includes going to a happier state, right? God, I've experienced that myself. I still do. Body says, hang on, I'm used to being like this. Be like this. Come on, I'm going to send you all these wild thoughts that you thought you'd stop firing and wiring those and feel this way. It's like, no, I don't think so. No, body, I am the mind now, not you. So if you're in stress, if you're in fear, and I'm thinking of a dear friend, who long story, was presented with an important decision by somebody who's quite unethical, and 4 hours to make it. And actually took the decision, made it from a state of fear, and really, pretty quickly thought, oh, shit, no. But had already been made and is now dealing with the impacts of that choice because they were in fear. So, and if you're angry, it's, oh, God, I should never have said that. What possessed me to send that text or that email? Whatever your gut feeling is telling you when you are upset, don't believe it. Not a good plan. Gonna completely lead you down the wrong path in your life. Not what you want, okay? So that's the caveat. Gut feeling, heart feeling, by the way. When you can go from that state of fear or anger or sadness or depression or, desperation, guilt's a big one. Whatever it is, when you recognise that and you think, okay, chances are my negative feeling is guiding this. Now, there might still be a grain of truth in what you're feeling when you tune in, you listen, but you can't really be comfortable and easy with it until you get out of that fearful, stressful, guilty, whatever it is state. You just, yeah. So to shift your energy and your attention away from all that fearful stuff, and to start to come into your heart. We talk about this, putting your attention in your heart, breathing in and out of your heart. Just close your eyes and put your attention there, breathe in and out. This is the Heart Math Institute's really simple heart lock technique. If you pay attention there and you breathe in and out of there and you just choose something really basic, like I'm going to feel a bit of ease. We were talking about that yesterday. If you can't do happy, if you can't do joyful, if you can't do love, if you can't do worthy, if all of that is impossible to imagine, just go for a little bit of ease. Feel what ease might feel like, If you're in the middle of, ease is just relief. Okay, I can imagine that. I can imagine it being less difficult, right? And the other thing is as soon as it's less difficult, you're going to feel, oh my God, I'm so grateful, it's less difficult. So you can start generating ease and gratitude just in your heart. And if you do that just for a few minutes, you're going to feel better. And if you practice and you keep doing this, you're going to develop a skill. And when you have that skill down, you're able to shift your state from that to, oh, okay, thank God It's a little bit easier, and I'm so grateful it's a little bit easier. And the more you focus on the gratitude and the ease, hi Helen, the better you get at having that feeling. And when you're in gratitude and when you're in ease, never mind joy, safety is another big one, whatever, worthiness, all these things that we can practice. But ease and gratitude is often the doorway in. If you're really not used to those feelings and they feel foreign and wrong and scary and difficult, and your autonomic nervous system says, I'm not used to this, I want to do what I'm used to, which is feeling like shit, that's the doorway. As you get better at walking through that doorway, what happens is your brain calms down, comes out of the space, which, high beta brain waves, really unpleasant. Maybe it'll just come down into more moderate or low beta, which is relaxed attention. You can think now. If you do it a little bit more, you're going to take your attention off your external environment and bring your awareness into your internal environment. And then you're in alpha, light trance. Just really nice. You're inside, you're thinking, you're imagining, it's calm, there are pictures. But it's not, you're not screaming, running around like a headless chicken. And you do that some more, and even that goes away, and you just get really, really quiet. You end up in theta, which is between sleep and awakeness. The brain stays awake, the body's asleep. It's really quiet there. And in that space, and each time you manage to slow your brain down and get into calmer, clearer, more gratitude, more ease, emotional state. When you're calm, if you can get down out of high beta into normal beta, just low beta, and begin to play on the edge of alpha, you can ask the same question. What do I need to do about this? What's right for me? What's my truth here? And you can sit with it. And you're not hammering on the door of some universal, professor or guru or guy saying, give me an answer now, because that's fear, right? The answer's going to arrive, and your job is just to get quiet, calm yourself down, get out of that screamy, fearful, despairing, guilty, worthless, whatever it is state a little bit. And when you calm yourself down and you ask the question, you just hold the question like you're holding something really. It's not delicate, but you're just holding it really gently. And you hold the question inside you and you sit with it. You relax with it. You get quiet with it. And sometimes just the act of sitting and resting and getting quiet with it, nothing comes, but you think, oh, I feel better now. Oh, because I just shut my brain down for a bit. Okay. And then when you stop looking for the answer, it arrives. Someone drives past, there's a line from the song that they're playing really loud, and it's like the answer just, or you read a line in a book, or you're washing the dishes, and a thought just flies into your head, and you think, oh, I know what to do now. We stop banging on the door, and we calm down, and the answer arrives. And when it arrives in that space, you just know. There is no fear, there is no compulsion, there is no urgency. Even if there's a sense of right now, it's like, yeah, right now, and I'm doing it, and I know, and there is no fear of loss. It's just right now, go do this right now. Okay, I'm present with this, I'm cool with this is good. It can be very immediate, but there's no fear, and there's no hurry up or you'll miss out. Because hurry up or you'll miss out, that's a fearful thought, that's limited, that's saying there's not enough for you, you're going to miss out. There's always another opportunity. Believe me, there is always another opportunity. You think you're limited to one fantastic opportunity in your life, and if you missed it, that's it, you'll never get another one? You're a limitless creator. The only person that can limit you to one fantastic opportunity that you missed, and that's it, and now that's your story that you missed your fantastic opportunity, is you, honey. You open the door to different possibilities, they're going to show up in your life. How do I know that? I'm doing it. And all I can say is they turn up in ways you just don't expect. And they blow you away. Like, oh my God. And I've just got time to tell you. See, I'll tell you this now. Well, it happened last week. And it was like, oh my God, wow. Because I'm working on this really big thing. Really, it's huge. It's what I came here to do. And it's not like, I mean, most of the reinforcement that I get from the universe, by the way, when you're following this flow and trusting yourself, you get synchronicity. Stuff arrives and you think, oh, thank you, tick, wink, nudge from the universe. Yeah, I know I'm on path. It's just like that sense of, I know this, I know it. It's like it gets reinforced from outside you. So I'm having this beautiful chat conversation with somebody who's connected with me, and, you know, amazing, just so much will and desire to grow. And they said, I found you on Google. I was like, what? How did you do that? Yeah, because I have this little website. It is not optimized for search engine optimization. Being number one on Google is the last thing I imagined. And I said, how did you find me? You know, what did you do? She sends me a screenshot. Free manifestation coaching. Forever, I have not known what my keywords are in Google. There it is. She searched on free manifestation coaching, and there I am, first entry on the page. It's like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is so ridiculous. This is like a, see, you did nothing about it, and there you are. Insane. No effort to create that. None at all. It's just a manifestation of who I'm becoming and what I am intending and what I am creating. And I'm just like, oh my God, yeah, I suppose that is what I do. Free manifestation coaching. And of course, you know, I have paid services, but I have a huge vision. It includes a lot of free coaching. So, you know, weird shit happens. The last thing I expected, the last thing I was putting attention on, but there it is. The universe saying, yeah, this is getting big. See? You don't have to do anything. I could go on, but you get the idea. You get the nudges and the winks when you let go, when you stop pushing and trying to coerce and force and make things happen. And oh my God, you know, I make it sound like I just did this. No, it took me a long time to understand how much I needed to step back. How much I needed to stop saying, well, I want to do this and I need to do that. And there are, you know, there's a row of check boxes and I must tick them all. And when I've done that, I'll build the house the way it needs to be built. No, it doesn't work like that. For me now, it comes right down to this moment. What do I need to be doing right now? And I still plan for the future. But I can only do that for a little bit because it all keeps changing. And in this moment, if I create, if I listen, if I'm connected, and if I'm trusting, if I'm calm and coherent, I get all the guidance I need. And it's so clear, it's like incontrovertible. I can't argue and I don't want to because I trust it. So that's what I wanted to say. Haven't seen one of your comments at all. Facebook isn't showing me any of them, so I must have needed to really stay on this path because you're all a fabulous distraction. I love you to bits. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.